Hello. Hello cleared. I see you in chat, but the stream doesn't because I just opened OBS. I was tweaking the camera settings. And I was looking at the clock like, holy shit, it's almost time. What the hell? I was just like moving sliders back and forth, just trying to make sure that everything's right. And then after I was done, I discovered that I had previously made a preset for the camera and that I could just click the button to load the preset. Um, Turns out that I arrived at basically the same settings, which to me suggests that, there's I picked good settings if I like an independent run, arrive at the same ones and I'm like, yeah, this looks good. Right? So that's great. Let me see. Do, do. These here. Just moving some stuff around as usual. Uh yeah, exciting stuff. Oh, I once again forgot to update the stream title. Alright, hold on. I'll write something there. There we go. And I can read what I'm gonna do from the stream title. Let's go. Let's go. It's once again time to do multiplayer. Let me switch to the streaming scene. Hello. It's actually really funny to be like behind the file manager files. That's awesome. Let's see. This cable out of here. Yeah. I have a new like stand for the camera. And also I'm using this neat little app for like the camera controls. If I want to change the gain, for example, I can just do it. The OBS controls aren't like exactly the best. So this is a really nice thing to have. Damn. I mean, it looks like an old mouse by the coloring. Yeah, I meant to look at this thing. Okay, it's right on the edge. And this thing, right on the edge. Yeah, those seem good. Then let me recenter it. I probably don't have to move this now for quite a while. Because the stand thing that I have, like if I tap it, it does that kind of a motion, where it like vibrates a bit. Like it's like a solid thing. Installation. I'm really happy with it. Anyway. So what do we have currently? Let me go into input replay mode. And then you'll be able to see that, oh, do I have rust flags? No way. Or then I had rust flags like from a previous run. Apparently I had rust flags now. It's interesting. Anyway. If I capture the mouse, you can see that the game is kind of just playing itself. Awesome. And then it crashes at the end because there's no more inputs. But we can full screen this. Capture mouse. There we go. It's a bit rapid. I was playing this as like really low speed, just for fun. Yeah. This is the fun experiment. Let me actually save this input to something else. And then let's record something. I never thought about it as a title screen, but that's a funny interpretation of that. I totally could do a title screen that's just the game playing itself. Oh, I need the inputs to actually exist. Even if we're not using them, we need them to exist. And not saves. Fuck. Capture mouse. There we go. I need to make it so escape actually closes the menu. Yeah, I can like play stuff. I can destroy stuff. Could try to write, but it's a bit awkward with the current system. Yeah. But if I close the game, then we will have new inputs. And if I set this to true, then we'll be able to see something special once it compiles. Why is it actually take? Oh yeah, I changed the one fucking boolean. Capture mouse. There we go. It's gonna take a bit because, you know, I took a bit to start moving, but here we go. And it just does exactly the same inputs. That's awesome. And this is gonna be the backbone of multiplayer. Every client is gonna agree on the same inputs to the simulation, and then we just simulate the game for everyone. So that's awesome. Um, now, I'm thinking. I think I said it when you like proposed Raft that it would be a maybe for later thing. Yeah, it's like if you make your own video game, you know, feel free to do that. But there are some suggestions that I see that are like, yeah, maybe not, maybe not. Yeah, but this is why we need the inputs because I'm just unwrapping out of sheer laziness. Yeah. What to say that a bit. But I'll probably. Oh yeah, and actually, right now if I try to connect the server, we crash. Not yet implemented. I love pointing at the screen. And then host server also not yet implemented. Wahoo! And these here. Also, I really like having UI. It's great. And another thing that I was thinking about is when I have the players actually on the server, and you have like a creative inventory that you can like take stuff out of, like, do I just simulate the player going through the UI for everyone? Or do I have like packets where it's like, oh, I obtained this item into my inventory into this slot, and then do that? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. So where's my paper? Oh, if I need to draw. So yeah. So when a player would open their creative inventory, like just the same way, I can just send where their mouse is and where they have clicked. I could. Should I? That's a different question. I found the thing. Yeah. That I had the same thought where it's like if I like If I just have mouse only UI, then it's fine. If I have typing, then I would need to have a clear disclaimer somewhere where it's like, note, your keystrokes are being sent to the server. Do not type your passwords in the game. But it's like, it sounds like you shouldn't do that. So if I had like simulated UI, then it's only mouse, right? Or like actions, right? So think of like a Minecraft chest, for example. I really do want to make a thing where instead of the client saying like, oh, I took this item, I want the client to say I clicked on this item, and then like everyone on the server knows that the client has this item in like their mouse cursor slot, right? And when they click on their inventory, they say, I clicked here. They don't say like, oh, I summoned this item out of nowhere or whatever. It's like everyone simulates the UI. Maybe we just send over the like clicks for like containers and stuff. Creative inventory and anywhere where we have text input, probably a good idea to not send arbitrary keystrokes over the internet, right? I think that's a bad idea. Yeah. Because people have an expectation that I think at least that people have an expectation that text that they type is client side until they hit enter, right? Like, yeah, yeah, but I guess it's a keylogger as soon as you don't require like the like pressing enter thing. Also, funny thing, I can just hold enter and fucking make those. Alright. What else has changed? Let me actually bring up GitHub desktop. I have some changes here. Oh, okay. This is just formatting changes. Let me just commit these. Yeah. Fetching origin, let me push. There we go. Some stuff has happened. This is a fat commit. Oh, yeah, okay. I just remembered one thing. Yeah, I need to change this. Um, One thing that I've been thinking about, let me just false and then recompile everything because lole, source file has changed. Is that my words are escaping me. Let me capture mouse first. I actually forgot what I was gonna say. Holy shit. That's amazing. Something about multiplayer. Awesome. That's... Oh yeah, transform stuff. Okay. Holy shit. Recovered. I thought about having like smoothing for the entities. Like let's say we have an entity right here and then they moved to the side. Like a lot of games have this thing where to smooth over the network being choppy, the entity position, like the positions of everything is just interpolated, right? And that hides over like networking issues as well. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I think by default I'm just gonna have the default like blending like between physics ticks and hope that the network stuff doesn't cause problems. But we'll see. We'll see. If I need additional blending, then it's gonna be a little annoying. Because right now, like this is the kind of meta struct for the game, and it holds the game simulation as well. And if I want to have networked like interpolation, then I need to hold the transforms in this struct, right? Because the simulation will get cloned and discarded like arbitrarily, right? So we can't store the network transform interpolation data there. It just doesn't work. So I have to store it here, and I somehow had to reference the entities in the simulation. And let's say a projectile is shot, and then we rewind to before it was shot, and then the same character shoots at a slightly different position. Ideally, we would interpolate this bullet then to this new position, right? But how do we know it's the same one? And there's all sorts of stuff like that. I'm like, So I think this will die. And then every single entity will just remember their last position as well. And I'll probably separate this out. So we have a physics entity, and then like the player entity, for example, will just have a physics entity attached to it, or like a physics entity component, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, yes, but and there is a relatively simple ID system that I thought of, or let's say, I mean, we can use the players as the base entities, right? And I'm gonna say, let's say this is the 34th bullet the player has shot, right? And that's like player ID plus bullet plus 34 would be the entire ID for that. And I think that would make sense. Like you would have kind of reproducible IDs for the entities. I don't know if there's a smarter way to do that. Because the problem is that like if you have the game simulation and you step forward, then if you have another copy of the game simulation and it's slightly different and you step forward there, then you have two different simulations. They might be similar, they might be different, right? Like they could suddenly just have no common entities at all. Like everything changes. Probably not, but it's like from a technical viewpoint that could happen. Global unique identifiers? Well, the thing is then, let's say we shoot a bullet here. We create the ID here. Now we step back in time before we shot it, we simulate forward and we shoot again, it's gonna have a different ID. Right? But we want to, like, we know, like, by visually looking at it, we know as people, oh, that's the same bullet. Right? It's fine to have random IDs if they never collide. But the problem is that you wouldn't like do the task at hand, right? Like let me actually bring some objects on screen so I can actually demonstrate this. I have this here. Do have another one of these. I should. Well, fuck it. I have the thing that was inside of it. Right? It's like one of those. Yeah, basically. It's Easter! And this is the thing that was inside of it. It's like a little suction cup thing that you can place somewhere. Anyway. So, we have. Right now, we only have one timeline, so I'm gonna put this out of the way. So, we have. Let's say my hand is the character. And we're moving forward in time. Let me clear the text so we can see the camera better. So we're here. The bullet doesn't exist yet. I'm gonna move forward in time. Move forward in time. Let's say we create this bullet here. And I'm gonna move forward in time again. And this is like we know this bullet exists here, right? Now we receive something from the server, and this is not necessarily our player. This is just some player that we're simulating. So this is one scenario. I'll do that after this explanation. Thank you for reminding me. I actually completely forgot. Anyway, this is one scenario. Then we have another where, let's say we get to know that, oh, this player actually pressed spacebar on this tick, right? Okay, no worries. We can resimulate. Like, this is the latest known state. We're gonna simulate forward. Simulate forward. Okay, they press space, they move up. I'm gonna simulate forward. And they spawn the bullet, like before, and then we simulate it forward. But now we have two different states, right? And when we receive the information that the player pressed spacebar, like we want to, from the current tick in time, interpolate the player entity upwards, right? Because, like, this is their correct position. And so we want to just slide them up. Or, you know, if we don't have interpolation, they're gonna fucking snap up instantly. They can slide up. What about the bullet? Like, these are two different things, right? The first one was part of the first simulation, and the second one was part of the second simulation. Like, they have no relation to each other, except that the same player shot at the same time, I guess. You could try to use the tick that they were shot at as well. Hold on, I need to drink. But you could have slight variations in the time that the player is shooting, for example. Like, the input that we got wrong could be the actual shoot input, right? And then the bullet appears at a different time. I will ban you if you mention Raft again. I actually is triggering me. Holy fuck. Do not do it. Well, not even not ban, but timeout. Um, it's just irrelevant to this. It's not a technical solution at all. Just the thing is, like, we're not sending state. That is not, unless you count inputs as being state. Also, I'm being serious with that. I will click the button instantly if I see you mention it. It does trigger me. It's just, I just think it's a bad technical solution. Or not maybe bad technical solution, but irrelevant to this completely. Let me put Discord on streamer mode as well. Dude, editing the text just sucks on Discord. Somehow they fucked up. Like, I go to the text, I try to paint it, and then it's like, it just scrolls to a random position. I'm like, what the like, are you good? Like, I know I have a timestamp in the text, but don't fucking spaz out, please. It's just, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Let's fix the transformer cache stuff first. We are not gonna do this. We are not doing this either. Not doing this either. And we'll just get the correct position from the player after all this. Where's the lerp? Why am I blind? Here we go. This. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, this is still gonna be mutable. Yes. I guess if we are not replaying a replay, then we want to have our mouse inputs directly added to the current look direction, so we don't have to wait for a tick for the look direction to then interpolate to where we are actually looking. But when we're watching a replay, we do want the look direction to just be interpolated between ticks, so it looks smoother. Anyway, we don't need this line. But what do we do here? Well, let's see what the compiler says. Yeah, last transform lerp. Okay, we need to go to the player entity and put like a actual physics thingy thing on it. What did I call it in the previous iteration? Physics entity. I guess. Physics body or physics entity? I guess physics entity is a bit better. That's fine. That's fine. Dude, also, I can't wait till I get to the point where I can replace the thingy thing up there in that corner with some current gameplay and like multiplayer and stuff. And also, it's really weird to try and point to stuff, but I'm getting used to it, and I think it's funny to do that. Anyway, we're just gonna have the bounds here. I'm gonna have physics entity there. Yes, we just have a last position. Or do I want to do it like this? I guess I could just write the code for every entity separately. Or I feel like the player will be a special case anyway. We need to remember the last look direction and then the current look direction, and then we interpolate between those. We don't need to remember the last size of the player. We probably won't be changing that. So I'll just mm, 964. There we go. And there's some more stuff that I have to fix now. Let's actually make an... Oh, we have the impl block here. We don't have a new function. -64, and then... I guess look direction can also just default to 0, but meh. We'll supply it. That's fine. And last pass is bound.pass. Okay. Okay. Ordering letters, that's fine. 164. Oh, I actually have one more thing that I want to mention about like code architecture and whatever. But let me do this first. Box, and then you just say 0 like that. Awesome. think that's correct. Okay, it is. Let me say cargo format and fix everything. Alright. Holy. I feel like I have 3 megabytes of RAM in my brain because I had a thing that I wanted to mention and then I instantly fucking forget it. Holy shit. Was it the 0 thing? Surely not. Surely not. No, maybe it was. Have I shown you these? These numconsts? This is great. I don't think this was the thing though. It was something related to this. Because when I did the 0 thing, I was reminded of this. The code architecture? Good question. Oh, now I remember. Yes. Alright, well, okay, let me first do that. That was the thing. This is the thing that I was thinking about. But this thing. So sometimes I want to implement methods for generics. Oh, actually, I can show you right now why this is like a useful thing. So see here, I have vector3 iter for i32 and i64. The code is the same, but like let's just do this. Oh, I'm gonna fucking repaste it in. Let's do this with the generic T. Right? Let's see what the error is. Well, first of all, we need to do this. So, well, there's some more stuff. Well, first of all, if I type T here and do this, like, does this make any sense? Like, do you know what the type stuff that I'm doing here is? Like, the generics. Okay. Fair enough. Basically, I'm just saying that T could be any type, right? And we'll just do these operations. And what Rust really does is it generates the function for the type if it's needed. Right. And here I can specify what kind of properties the type needs to have in order for this function to be able to be generated, right? And if I go up here, yep, so here we can see, for example, that I can make a color with any type, right? And I can multiply 2 colors as long as the type within the color is a thing that you can multiply, right? And copy. So this could be integers, this could be floats, whatever. We can multiply the color by a constant value if you can multiply the values, right? And I decided we don't multiply alpha. But multiplying 2 colors together, it will multiply every component. So I don't have to write this for floats and different integer types and blah 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 blah. And let's see now what the problem here is. So here it's complaining that, oh, you need to be able to add an i32 to the type. And fair enough. This is an i32. It could be an i64. But what if I want this for i64, i32, floats, whatever? Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't have 1 here and 1.0 here at the same time, and I can't have this 1 be multiple types. So this is just bruh. What I can do instead, I can type T1. And this will take the type, and it will take the correct constant for 1. But I need to also say that T actually implements numconsts. And we need add a sign. Dude, I can do it like this? That's awesome. I haven't... Oh, there's some more stuff here. Oh yeah, I need to do copy. And I could... Sometimes my custom types don't have add a sign, so I could do this instead, but I think I'll just require add a sign. It's fine. Okay, now it's no longer complaining about any of this. Oh, but now, if I try to make a vector3 iterator for any of these types, then I can just do it, right? And when it's generating the function and it needs to know what one is, then it will just look at these constants for each of the types. And it just works. It's great. And these are all really the only constants that I need. It's sometimes I need to compare the 0. Sometimes I need to add 1 or subtract 1. And sometimes I need to divide by 2. Right? I could do 1 plus 1, but I'll just have 2 there, right? And let me see. What is this thing they've linked? Box edit. Damn, I wonder if they're gonna add support for my voxel format. So true, so true. I doubt it. I mean, the thing is... I can't run the game right now because it's broken. I also need to make a commit. Well, let me open the block data stuff. Oh, and here as well. Oh no, this is different actually. This is the fixed point. Fixed point constant 1. Which is 1 bit shifted to the left by 32. But anyway, I mean, let's define my meshes in my own way and colliders. Like, they're not voxels anymore, really. They're just meshes. But they just happen to align to a block grid, and that's how you modify the world. And yeah. Oh, also, I can change that. Anyway, let me make la comito about the math stuff. Oh, I need to also include these. Oopsie. Mend, let's stash, and then check that everything compiles. It does. Awesome. Restore the stash. Push the commit. Wahoo. Push that as well. Yep. Yeah, back to this. Oh yeah, and this thing, iterating over players. So initially, I wanted to do like player interaction the same way that I did here. So we have a game tick function for the player, where the player takes in a mutable reference to itself, right? And then we take the inputs that the player received, makes sense. Then we need mutable access to the world, makes sense. And some more stuff. The problem is that I couldn't really give a reference to the other players, because this player is part of an array that has itself and the other players. And if I pass in a reference to itself and a reference to the array, a mutable reference to the array, then that's two mutable references to the array. You can't have that. You can only have one. So I could instead pass the array and then an index to the player. But I thought that it was ugly. I didn't really want to do that. So you can maybe guess the solution, and it's to embrace the ugly. I just pass the game state and the player inputs. And then we iterate over every single player and we just do the stuff. Apparently other people are trying to sleep on the other side of the wall. Unfortunate. But. Thinking. I haven't even been that loud. Anyway. Unlucky. My train of thought is completely destroyed. Oh yeah, we do this iteration. Yeah, and one thing that I can do here is I can make the game kind of not care about the ordering of the players on the array, since I can first move all the players and then do raycasts. So it doesn't matter if player A moves first or player B moves first, like they'll both just move independently of each other and then we'll do raycasts. So it doesn't matter if player A moves first, and then if they did the raycast right after, they might miss player B because player B didn't move yet. But, you know, if you do things in stages, then it's more fine. Probably won't end up mattering, but it's whatever. I'm just paranoid about how much of my voice goes over to the other room. I have no idea. I just know that I was apparently too much at some point. Oh well, oh well. Alright. Let's do this thing. Go 8. Oh, yep. We'll make a function that actually takes in... No, I was pouring water. Come on. Aye. Ah, okay. Guess I'll name it the same. I'll return floats here. Actually, no. We might use this for raycasting, so we need this to be an integer. I'm pretty sure I did that here as well. Holy shit, I didn't. This should be an integer, right? Yes, it should be. How did I do raycasting here? Oh, okay. I just had... Oh, okay, so the raycast doesn't use the interpolated position. It just... Okay, that makes sense. Is this for the position? Oh, okay, we have a different thing for the look direction. Fair enough, fair enough. Kind of want to return both at the same time. We won't be doing that. Okay. The interpolation T. I'm gonna have to flip for this. I might not. Oh. Oh, we do. Okay, nice. We actually want this to be the last pulse. I think this is all for now. Yes. In the future, when we have proper camera stepping and then interpolation, like that takes stair stepping into account, then this will be a bit more complicated. But for now, this is all that it needs to be. Okay, we're not gonna have a transform type either. Nope, I don't think so. Oh, or do we want to? No. No. I was thinking, what if we store the transform on the entities and then use that? But I won't do that. It's fine. Okay. Let's do that. Then oh, we don't have this. Damn. I just completely missed a lot of your messages because I was just so locked in. Anyway, I'll read in a moment. I'll type some code first. I agree. The king is just, yeah, I don't know what to say. That's the thing we can agree on. Go. got our one, and oh, I can actually do this a bit differently. Accidentally pressed page down. That's awesome. But this is the thing that we need. Awesome. Let's go. Then we need a semicolon right here. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, okay, these things. I still have to do these. So we have cam pause. Then camera rotation. What the hell? We don't have lerp? Okay. I'll just put it here. Yippee! I'm gonna read now. Guix. What is GUIX? Game setting struct. Hold on, let me see. Through too much. U16, so expensive. What is heard? Who heard you? You're welcome for the awesome pun. Okay. Do we replay right now? Let's replay inputs. It was also nice working on the like camera interpolation and just not having to move myself and just having the game move itself. What the hell? Okay, this is not working correctly. I apologize for the flashing images. I forgot to do a thing. Yes. That's better. Now we should not flash around everywhere. Yeah, now we have smooth movement. Awesome. Should work exactly the same as before. I don't remember what I did in this replay. I feel like it desynced. Oh, no, it seems fine. This is probably the same as it was before. I'll know when it starts building. I'm like trying to remember. I don't remember doing these movements. When do I build? There's just some fucking alternate universe where I just never build. Well, at least I'm having fun flying around. Okay, yeah, I just didn't build. Nice meme. Let's record something. Would be awesome if the compiler was faster. Maybe. Maybe you should have a thingamajig. You know what I'm talking about? The crosshair. That'd be cool. Probably do that at some point. Damn. Unfortunate. I don't know if you can tell, but I love like replaying inputs and the fact that it just works so well. Also, actually, a fun thing I can show you. Let's make everything 10 times slower, right? It's all gonna also gonna trigger a recompile, but that's fine. Let's make this bigger. It's gonna start moving any day now. Oh, did I change it? Surely not. I know. My inputs are not doing anything. It is in replay mode. It's just gonna take 10 times longer for this to start moving. I guess I can just wait, let it be in the background for a bit. Oh, okay. Let's start moving. We can see everything in slow motion. It smoothly interpolates between all the ticks. And everything executes exactly the same way. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not controlling the game right now. It's just doing its thing. This did also make me think that I could save mouse data more frequently so that the slow motion is more accurate. So instead of just interpolating the look directions kind of roughly, we would have like 4 look directions per tick, right? And then you would see more accurately what the person was doing with their mouse. But that might be in the future if I decide that that's a priority. I think for now, like, if you go into slow motion, it's kind of fine that this happens. But it's not as accurate. Also, funny thing, if I save the world now, tweaking settings saves the world, now this is gonna desync. Let me make the speed normal. It's gonna desync because the world is different than what the input replay had, right? So we're probably gonna collide into some blocks here. Yeah. The inputs play all the same. Completely oblivious to the world around it. Oh shit. They removed some grass. Let's go. Yeah. Anywho, that's working. Let's commit that. It's a lot of stuff that's removed. Interesting. A few things added, not as many. Never mind. Yep. Oh, we need to commit this first. God damn it. Anyway. There was an issue that I investigated for the Lapida project recently. That was funny. I went in there, I was looking at it, like I was told like, oh, it's a problem with the system that you've made for like aligning the pixels and whatever. I was like, damn, I can't believe the system would fail. Then I went in there, I looked at it, and I was like, I don't think it's the system. And it wasn't. But I thought it was initially. But when I took a close enough look, I realized that the system is doing exactly what it needs to, and that the enemy that they had a problem with was just the enemy they had was just, like not positioning themselves like on the ground properly. There's like a million things you could catch on to, right? With that same reaction. And now this is the thing that you chose to react to with that. That's interesting. I don't know what else to say. Uh, what if I just wanted to tell a story? You know? And that's it. What the hell? Anyway, maybe I should actually make the multiplayer. In an hour, I should start. Huh? Is this the wrong branch? No, it's in the main branch. Huh? What the hell? 2 months ago, 2 months ago. Oh, okay, maybe it's this one. There we go. Good question. Do we want this to be in a separate file? Me. Me. I'm gonna sit down for now. Let's see. Because I'm gonna have a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, I'm feeling like a new file. That's good. Belongs here. We need to open up main as well. Release. But why do I capitalize the file name? Criminal behavior. There we go. Just put something there so that it compiles. Like it knows that the file exists. Okay. Nice. Let's start importing stuff. Input frame pack. What is input frame pack? Guess I need this. Do we have a notion of an input frame? We don't. We just have simulation inputs. Player inputs. So our input frame is player inputs. Dude, the call it Everhood soundtracks just suddenly start playing in my head. Do I need to find the music? Maybe. There's a specific song that's in my head now. I don't remember which one it is. It's probably 72. No, yeah, I mean not track number 72, but track named 72, which is not track number 72. There we go. Yeah, this is it. It's like the circuit boss that's supposedly the developers personified in the game. It's way too distracting though. I can't have the music in the background. I had my fill. Just those few seconds was enough. Probably want all of game in here, but we'll see later. We'll need save load for this. I should start inserting my OCs into this game even before I have a game. So true, so true. I'll keep this here as a comment, just so I can copy paste this later. Awesome. Yeah, I was like, another streamer made the thingy thing, and I just liked it. I was like, hey, I'll use this. Smile. Templates. I just like how these rows align perfectly, just by pure chance. What? I pressed backspace once and it deleted the entire fucking line. Why? Why oh why? Okay, 7:10 on the clock. I might look at that in the thingy thing later. No. I like to imagine they were abandoned like in Harry Potter and just left with those fucking painted ice screen thick pictures. What? Oh, okay. Oh, I see, I see, I see. I see what you're saying though. That's awesome. That's your accurate origin story. Yippee! Now we have an input frame pack, and then you can send it over. Uh, I'll most likely have a custom save load for the input vec, like I do in the previous iteration. We'll actually need to move this here, and then vec input frame. Yeah. But I have a special thing for the input frames. Yep. Yep, yep. Did I have... Hold on. Oh, okay. I remember now. Yeah. I did a thing where um input frame doesn't implement save load. It's currently in this version it does. Yeah. So we can save the player inputs directly. In the previous version, the input frame doesn't implement save load, so that I can, like, you can't have two implementations of a function. And if I implemented save load for input frame in the old system, then I would have the generic implementation, and then I would have this specific implementation, which is not allowed. So I don't implement save load for input frame, so I can do the custom one, right? And this is just doing the thing where if you have repeat input frames, then they're just compressed together. But I'm not gonna do it for now. We'll optimize later. I think part of the issue on the last version was that I tried to make it optimized before it was working. Just a bit stinky. I don't like how this is in a different place from the other networking stuff, so I'll put it here. This might be used for other things than networking as well, but or I could put these both into the save load file, I guess. I guess that's better. Oh, but then all of these things need to be public. That works. I'm gonna this here then. Okay, well we have the input frame back here now. We can save it. And we need the client connection and whatever's. Let's make the hosting side first. How do I want to represent the data? Let me stare at the game struct real fast. One thing I do know is it's going to be a part of this struct and not the game state. How do we do it here? The network logic handler. Interesting. Yeah, so we have one socket and then we have the logic handler. I think that's sane. That's fine. Have one network state. Damn. Network state. This reminds me of a funny, very, very slight funny, but still a funny. It is currently April. It's just this. It's the difference between these. So, like, I was just reading Wikipedia randomly, and then it just said March is the current month, and I was like, holy, that's funny. Like, what are they gonna do when the month changes? And then, yeah, it's fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't say that it's the current month here. Could do a funny and just edit that to say that it's the current month. Nah, I'm not gonna do it right now. But this is a funny thing to encounter. So true. Add to the knowledge base. Now, surely we need an automated system for that that takes a look at the. Well, actually, no. We had an automated system that took a look at the systems. System type could be. You could just lie to Wikipedia. So true. Well, I guess Wikipedia could look at the IP address that the thing is being requested from, but then if you use a VPN, then you could get the wrong day. Automation is fun. Okay. Yes, regardless, we're gonna have one socket. That's not gonna change. And hash map, really? Well, I guess, yeah. No, and each client just has a simple ID. That's fine. I think I'll copy these. I don't really have a reason to change any of this, honestly. Like I did a good job with these parts. It was just the overall architecture sucked. But these small parts, these are fine. This actually... Do we want this? We do want this. We do want this. Do we want this? There should be like buffered local inputs, I guess. No, unconfirmed is fine. That just means that the server doesn't know yet. Also, have a good lurk or BRB or yeah, yep. Yeah, the server hasn't confirmed to us that it knows about these inputs yet. This is fine. And then we have this. To receive a funny message. Anyway, I put mute the tab. I don't get any more notifications. Okay. I know this is gonna complain because we don't have an input buffer in the latest thingy thing. Yeah. Dude, all of these line up? What the hell? That's awesome. Holy. No, I'm not gonna have it tiny there. Anyway, yeah, input frame is... Oh, input buffer. I don't have an input buffer. True. That is a fair question. I saw the message you sent me. It was funny. I had the same experience with Twitch and with other things as well. Okay. This is a bit of an outdated design, I think. Let's see. The thing is... No, these should be the same. Yeah. Yep. These should be the exact same. This is gonna be... How did I do it before? I had 2 of these for 2 players. Okay, we're gonna have a vec of that. Then we need a vec DQ of input frames. Like, could just make it a vec instead. So, this first vec is for each player, and then these are for each tick. But do I want it to be this other way around where we have picks first and then players? I think so. Right? Just syncing inputs over the network. That is the current task. And if I go here, I stash everything. Then I can replay inputs. It's actually going to desync right now because I saved the map after I had some modifications to it. Well, that's fine. Oh shit, it's the old one. It's a bit fast, right? It actually doesn't even desync. Yeah. We have input replays. Yippee! Oh, I never saved this. Cancel? Question mark? Yeah, I have more stuff here. Okay. Don't forget the underline. I don't know if you can do online, so unless you can do it with some special symbols. How does the input replay store things? Oh, because we have the simulation inputs. Yes. So we actually want to sync over simulation inputs instead of just the player inputs. Okay. Or rather, we want this to be in the thingy thing. This is what we want. Yeah. I mean, there's like some other stuff that might also be in the simulation. I feel like I made it sound like I'm responding to what you said, and then I just started speaking about this. Anyway, so for the simulation inputs, we might have like a new player joining, and that's an input to the simulation as well, right? We need to say new player joined. So all that stuff is going to be included here. Welcome back cleared. But. Hold on. Need to see if I can find a thing. Okay. Paste something special in the chat. Okay, it kind of works. Not quite. Let me try another one. It's Let me show you what I did. I used this site. I'm curious if I copy this. Oh, I don't have a function anymore. Let's just Oh, it doesn't complain about that. What does it look like in the console? What's this? That's awesome. There you go. We'll see that at some point. Okay. Mm-hmm. My legs. They're sore from stretching. Just from stretching. I wish I logged like when I started stretching, so I would know like how long it's taking me to get used to it. But at least right now I'm still sore. Let's see. Okay. I think this is gonna be just. Wait, we have the input buffer. Wait, what does it complain about? Input frame. Oh. Fair enough. There's less errors, only 5. Now we need DQ as well. No longer aligned perfectly. Unsaid. Unsaid? I don't know what I'm saying. We need. Both of those. Oh, we don't have a client connection. Yoink. Yoink. I think this is all fine. Yep. Like we want to keep track of this. I cooked back then. I need game state as well. If we have a fourth thing in here, then I will just import everything. Private struct? What do you mean? There we go. And then we need the logic handler. Just gotta be the same. The same. Oh, actually I realized I can do this differently. I don't need to make like a separate struct and then do this. I can do named fields on the enum. I didn't realize this was possible when I was making this the first time, but it is indeed possible. You can have named fields. And it just works. You don't need to go around the roundabout way. Da, 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 da. This is so much neater. My god. Yes. 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 Everything seems good. Now I just have to implement all of the logic. But I'm not in a rush. I know that it'll eventually be done, so I don't have to hurry. Also, I can now run the game and see the funny Unicode underline. Damn, can we re-implement the Rust compiler but make it faster? So true, so true. Well, look at that. It's underlined. Sort of. That's awesome. Now I rewrote the Rust compiler in C. This guy doing some hero work. Yeah, I mean, it's a work in progress, but it I don't know how actively he's making it, but it does exist. But it's basically just for bootstrapping purposes. So learn the same. Well, hold on. Let me trust Codeberg permanently, okay? Well, is this better? uh, uh. Yeah, I was thinking about the meme where it's like, I think it's from the Fairly Odd Parents or something, where it's like, this is where I would put thing if I had any, or something like that. That's the vibe I got from your message. More water. Anyway. So we have the network state. And we have all this. Now we need to use this. Ooh, do we actually even need this? We might just say network state do everything instead of handling the code here. Yes, I think that's a good idea. Damn. Do I need to fucking pour the water on camera? They're not confused. Also, look at how much neater this looks without the scroll bar. Like, this scroll bar is so fucking ugly, like in the middle. And without it, so clean. Just immaculate, even. Oh, damn. Anyway. Also, I just thought about something. It would be funny to have some statistics, like, on screen about, like, lines of code or whatever. On screen, so that when you, like, scrub the VOD, you can just see the stats changing over time. Like a fucking histogram. True. It's gonna be a good day when the line goes down, you know? Like, we have the network state, and not be complain about it, that's fine. Ooh. I guess it's gonna be optional. We might not be connected to anywhere. Or do we just have a thing for, like... Do we have a thing like this? Do we put the non-variant here? I guess I could. I could do something with, like, saving replays to an input file, but I might want to do that even if we're connected. Share the source code, but just... What do you mean by that? Like, isn't that just giving you the number of new lines? Like, from the Git history? I don't understand what mad plan you have going on in your head. Oh, I need to say none here and then... Ooh, I kind of want to have it... Oh, but it's... Okay, okay. That's actually... Yeah, okay, okay. So if we don't have a network state, then we don't have a socket either. I think that's fine. Yeah, this is actually better. I don't want to have it here. It needs to be here. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. So now... Oh. Do we really have a thing for that in window? Hold on. We don't. I don't think the window is gonna be aware of the network. I'm gonna handle it directly myself in here. It might be bad if we have, like if we want to do another platform, then we'll need to rewrite the network stuff, but that's fine. It's fine. We cope with it. I don't know what the abstraction layer should lie on a thing like this if I wanted to support multiple platforms, but I feel like I'm gonna learn it at some point. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Also, I just start wondering. I do have the compressor on. Okay. For my voice. For my voice. Okay. I was going here. Connect the server. Let's do this one first. How do we actually initiate this? Do we need a socket? Do we need the logic handler? Mm-hmm. Go here and for now make it safe to do so I can have the compiler scream at me. There we go. Is this a thing? I love to do. It is a thing. But we don't really... Yeah. Like, we would need to tell here whether it's a server or a client. I guess I'm gonna do it here. And then we're gonna have a const. Actually, it's gonna be enum. We still have two functions. Ooh, I guess I could have had that on the network logic handler. Be in the right back. Damn. Fair enough. Oh, this is actually going to be slightly incorrect, but that's fine. I'll have the compiler scream at me in a moment. And then we have an input buffer. Mm-hmm. If I do this, it's going to be incorrect, most likely. It wants me to specify... Mm-hmm. Do we have a new function for this? We don't. This is a B? What do you mean? Where's the B? Oh. Sure. You got me. You got me. You got me good. I appreciate that one. It's very, very chill. Oh, do we need to pass the game state here, perhaps? If we're creating a client state, most likely, yeah. Most likely we need to pass in the server address as well. And then Oh, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess at this point we need to know our peer ID already. Uh, I think I'm gonna have two states for the client. I'm gonna have client who has already connected, and then we're gonna have client who's trying to connect, right? Those are like kind of different states. Because we don't, like, when we hit connect the server, we don't know what map the server has. We don't, well, we should know the server address. We don't really have inputs. We don't, this should be just empty or not non-existent. We don't know our peer ID. I don't want to do 0 as like a starter value, nor do I want to wrap this in an option. Because if this is a wrapped in an option, then I'm gonna have to fucking unwrap it all the time for no fucking reason. So I'll probably have something like something like this, right? Yeah, and game state does not have a new function, so it's gonna be passed in. Now we should not have errors. Oh, we do. It's a long thing. Nice. Yeah, and the server doesn't need to have a separate game state in here because the server state is the authoritative state, so we don't care. Guess we'll have this. What will we have here? We'll have the server address. I'm pretty sure. Or do we? Let's see. Oh. We don't actually. We don't know the server address yet. When we're connecting, we're figuring out the address. So this is actually, yeah, we don't know. What else then? Huh? I guess you'd have the IP address as a string if we're trying to connect somewhere. Where do we do this? If we're doing it here. Okay, I'll spell the server address, but it's gonna be a string. Fuck it. Fuck it. Do we need to know anything else? Maybe I'll have some more state here later. Oh. There we go. That's fine. Of all these, and now let's go back to game.rs. Ooh, and these are going to be private functions. The well, there we go. Hold on. We need a new network state, and then we create that. Okay. It's a bit awkward, but I feel like these functions should be on the network state and not wherever I just put them. That's annoying. Oh. Impl network state. All of these are gonna take the socket. Ooh, not all of them. I'm gonna take that now. There we go. It's so chill. Feel like I'm going like a bit slow, but it's fine. It's one of those days. Yes. Alright. Now here, I'm thinking. I guess we just have all of these passed in, that's fine. And then the socket also. Let's go. We don't need that anymore. We just have you. Yep, and then when I can say to do here. Nice. Let's see. I saw some episodes of Lazy Town when I was younger. I actually liked it when I was young. I thought it was funny. I don't think that's a bad take either. Uh, instantly banned, banished to the Shadow Realm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you could put Lazy Town in front of children, and I don't feel like you would be doing a crime, you know? But like if you put TikTok or YouTube shorts in front of kids, I'm like, huh? Oof. Is YouTube Kids worse than normal YouTube? Like for children? Uh, Can you clear it? I need an example of what the big monster head is. I'm really curious. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, we need to say okay. And then here we say er. No, we don't have print print line. Okay, nice. Oh shit, I'm visible at on parts of the screen. Let's go. Damn, it he does look like something that would be like nightmare material for when you're younger. Okay. Damn. Yeah. Sorry to hear about your childhood trauma. Not conflicting at all, but say that and then immediately chuckle. Don't worry about it. Nice. We can create the server. Yippee. Um, I meant to type here. True. I'll be like projecting it on your ceiling at 3 a.m. Oh, that's awesome. If I click another time, then it's like, oh, we can't do it. So true. Let's see. Do we care about the previous network state if we click? Would it be kind of funny to just replace the network state instantly? You're hosting a server, then you click host server again, and then it just drops every client instantly. I feel like maybe we shouldn't do that. Um, uh, mhm. We don't need to do anything else after this. I could return early, but meh. But I would need to put all of this into the non-branch. There's more indentation. I'll do it later when I know better how it should be done. Like I could just disable the UI button instead. Aye. Anyway. True, why would I need to play music on stream if I could just hum the entire time? Imagine. Or I would have like a MIDI keyboard here, and then I would learn how to play. That'd be awesome. Anyway. Oh, I feel like I would hope that it's copyrightless. Anyway, I want to match the socket and create client states, except this might need to be different. Create initial client state. Yeah. Yeah, ha, ha. And then we need server IP, which is gonna be 000. And then 44488. Then it wants a fucking thingy thing. There we go. Awesome. Do we have the initial client state? Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't make for very good music unless you have like a really smart transformation. And then it's more that the computer is playing more than that I'm playing music. If that makes sense. I need to be surrounded by a body. Same stuff there. Or same thing there. Oh, okay. Rust format decided that it should be surrounded by a body. Anyway. With this, now we need to actually do something with the network state. I feel like this might go on another thread. Otherwise, we're handling network state every rendered frame. That's kind of an arbitrary cycle to have, I think. What if I put this on another thread? Let's keep it simple for now. We'll just do it every frame. I'll move it if I need to. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, Rainy. Have a good being right back. Could be renamed slightly to handle network. A bit more accurate. Okay. I actually need to do stuff. What the hell? The hell? Okay. I think we just tell this to, like, do stuff. Sure. On none, we do nothing. Oh, what do we need? We need immutable access to the game? Question mark. We have the game. We have the network state inside of it. We'll be sending and receiving packets, and then we need to modify the game state potentially based on this. Fuck. We're staying in here. We are not gonna go into another function, I don't think. That would be awkward if we went somewhere else. Let's do this with... no. Fuck. Yep. Okay, so now I have mutable reference. If we try to... okay. Took me a moment to read that and properly process that. That's awesome. Okay. The thing that I wanted to find out. Can I mutually borrow two things at once? Is this illegal? Ooh. What do you have? Just change some random shit there. Can I access something in you? Just make a temporary thing. Might seem strange, and that's because it is, but I just need to know how the borrow checker wants to handle this. Okay, it wants to handle it fabulously. So I don't need to worry about it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. This is the network state borrow. I'm using it here, then I'm doing this here. Well, actually, let me do another test. If I repeat that, is it fine? It is still fine. Okay. I can mutably borrow multiple things and it's fine. Awesome. What's the definition? Like, what qualifies a doujinshi? I probably mispronounced that, but whatever. What are the criteria? Alright. Yeah, I know that video, but hold on, what? I need to like parse what you're saying. What the hell? Upload a copy of a dungeon game next to the video. What do you mean? Like put them on a web page next to each other? Is that what you mean? It would be better if I had a browser export for that, but sadly no. Anyway, well, your mind is going into places. Okay, so we have the network handler. Here in my keyboard. Okay. We need anything here. I'm trying to wrap my head around the architecture here. So I'm gonna have this. Yeah, let's make this enum. Where's the enum? Oh, there's the enum. It's already public. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, we'll just handle it here. Otherwise, it's fucking insane. Oh, private field? Like, no. So the logic handler would need a copy of the game state. That's not really a thing. Okay. Now, yeah, it's gonna complain about that. The client inputs. Okay. Got a mouthful, but we deal with it. Guess I need a bit more info here. We'll see. Not gonna complain about anything. Huh? Oh, it's saying that we can't move. That's fine. Well, it's gonna match it like that. Client connection, and that is private. Unlucky. Okay. Minecraft storage. You're going. I feel like perpetually living in like a rabbit hole. That's how I feel. What is happening to you? For who? Well, it's good to see that people can go mad even without AI. It's like organically produced madness. It's good to see that tradition still lives. Ay, ay. Okay, so let's handle the connecting client first. That's one of the first thing I need to do. Uh, there's already so much stuff here. Okay, we're gonna go in a branch. There we go. Okay, just I clicked on the link. Now it opens. Yeah. Oh, the circle is there. Is this in the original? The very original screenshot? No. It's the classic image. Oh my god. Anyway. I handled this before. Did I have this? I have the server and the client kind of in the same loop, I guess. I- Uh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the server and the client waited for each other. I guess I'm gonna do the same. Then I would need a connecting server thingy. Hmm. Am I really gonna do the meme where the server will just remember all of the inputs thus far, and then when someone connects, we just send them everything? Until like the initial connection is one of the hardest things. Once they're actually connected, it's not that bad. But to get to the point is kind of awful. Hmm. I guess I could have a server that just waits for clients. That makes sense. I feel like that's the best choice. It's gonna be like, imagine Barony, where you have the screen where it's just waiting for people, right? This is gonna be a similar meme, at least in terms of code. Just waiting for people to connect, and then bada bing bada boom. What that means that we need a client that's waiting. Hmm. Do I have to worry about this right now? Dude, I could just YOLO, right? I could YOLO and do a thing where I just have a button for resetting the game state. Whenever a client connects, we just reset the game state. I feel like that's the thing I can do very easily. That's fine. Fine. That is fine. Yeah, yeah. Whenever a client connects, we just reset game state, and then we know that everyone is in sync. I don't know. I'm not gonna try the audio. I can listen to it off stream. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Honestly, I feel like this is nearing the point where I think about this offline and try to figure out like what is the best path forward. I guess I'll do the one thing where we try to at least resolve the server address. Hmm. Yeah, so basically, when we open the game and we click host server, then we'll have some game state on the server, and then the like local player we have is gonna like move around, right? And if someone connected, we would need to send all of those inputs to them so they can sync up. So it's like, what do I do there? Instead, I could just reset the game state back to the starting point, and go from there, or then like have a waiting screen where like in Barony, like people just connect and we're waiting for them, and then when we click start game, then the simulation starts and everyone is going to be in sync, right? But I think for now, I'll I'll probably end up doing a thing where we just connect and then hope that everything is in sync. Like the client will assume that the server host is at the start, and maybe we'll have a button for resetting the game state and like synchronize everything. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway, do the simple stuff first. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think eventually I'm gonna have hot joining, and it's gonna do the input replay thing. I really want to avoid serializing game state and sending it over the internet. It just sounds like a bad time. But maybe I need to do it eventually. But me, I would much rather just send all of the inputs and then have the game sim be fast enough where it's not a problem. Um, yeah. Yeah, I mean, currently I'm thinking of having a game where like the maximum length is gonna be like an hour, right? That is the absolute max. Well, I mean, even for an hour, you kind of want to already send game state, honestly. Let's say like 20 minutes, right? But damn. If we, hmm, I've been thinking so far that the game is gonna have some clean, like, points where there's not much going on, like going between stages and stuff like that. And at those points, you can just serialize the game state, right? Yeah, yeah, I know, but well, I guess. Well, let me think. I like if I imagined a crystal ball in front of me, I think the vision that I see in the crystal ball is telling me that I will serialize the game state and send it over the internet, and it will actually be fine. For some reason, I just have this resistance to it, but I feel like it will happen at some point. But yeah, clear. That's issue with Minecraft being 20 gigabytes. Skill issue, like for the save. But that's basically how it's gonna work. Uh, like we are gonna, all clients will be aware of the entire world, and they will simulate it. That is my network model, right? That's just how it is. It has its downsides, yes, but the upside is that if I add an entity, I don't have to think about how it's gonna interact with the network. It's just gonna work, right? That's the dream. Damn. Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, but I'm like imagining like a Halloween Havoc type game, and I love bringing this up. This is this thing, where you're fighting against mobs. But around there's some bosses that you have to fight, some puzzles to solve, right? This stuff. And if you're good at it, if you're good at it, you can do it in under 20 minutes, right? But I think people could take like up to an hour. And even in the Minecraft version, like if you disconnected, actually no, I think you could reconnect. You weren't just shit out of luck if you disconnected. Oh, maybe. I can't remember. Wasn't a big issue either way, I don't think. And da. Yeah, this is the game that I'm kind of, yeah, kind of. There's an overarching story to it as well. Uh, you can there's a story to it, and then there's like the bosses that you have to fight. Let me go to the dude. We got really lucky with the prince in this run. Uh, he kind of had a lobotomy before the game apparently, and then went to a corner to die. So I have my fucking awesome texture pack in this run. Like he just went there and was like, "Kill me, please, put me out of my misery." I'm like, "Okay, sure, sure, why not?" And we're all using the same class because it's the fastest. And here we have the final boss, the Pumpkin King. Yeah, it's like an RPG adventure, right? Nice to meet. But yeah, but this is kind of what I'm imagining. Or then the SSM clone. But I guess if the game grows in scope, it would be really nice to be able to save and be able to reconnect people. But okay, what do you think of this? Would it be too big of a crime to have a thing where you have save points, and if someone disconnects, you just need to get to a save point and restart the game? Like, is that bad? Is that unacceptable? Tell my school. Damn. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, if I wanted to, I could prevent saves coming, right? Or at least make it a lot harder. Well, I could prevent it by requiring a connection to the internet, but that's that's hostile. You know, but if I require you to be connected to the internet, then tough luck. I'll just make a game streaming. True, true answer to preventing saves coming. Just game stream. So true. You'll get a video feed, and then you press buttons. Smile. So true. But yeah. Okay, let's fetch packets, and then private field. God damn. All right. So numbers is consuming all of the bytes that are sent our way. Oh, with game streaming? Like how you prevent it? Like with game streaming, well, you just don't allow like reloading saves, basically. Like whenever you load a save, you can just mark that save as dirty, or just delete the save as you load it, right? So if the game crashes, then too bad. You're not supposed to do that. If you forcibly close the game. Yeah, people do some insane shit with Minecraft. It's insane. Anyway, uh, I guess this match statement might go into the loop. Okay, let's shoot. Packets, what do we do with packets? We get an iterator out of it, and then that, that makes sense. Decode network data. Where's this function? It's probably here, question mark? It is, okay. I just make it back. Yep. Why did I do it this way back here? Huh? Because I could just process all of the packets, put them into a vec, and then whatever. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. The answer is yes, it does run on Windows. I mean, if we go here, you can see there is a Windows version. Me when I say and point to the Linux version. Cross compiling is pretty easy. With Rust. I feel like that's a very accurate description, but I also feel like that's kind of a burn. It's also partly based, you know. Damn. Anyway. Okay, what are we doing here? Oh, okay. So this is the question of, do I want to have more indentation or do I want to potentially have a small memory problem? I'll choose the memory problem. Yeah, one packet might have multiple network datas in there. That's fine. Let's loop here directly. This is a thing I have defined already? What is Minecraft deep storage? What? What? I'm confused. $260. No, okay, yeah. I always forget the semicolon when doing let else. Okay. So no, now. I mean, I asked for the link. You know, it's like Jarvis posts the link and then he posts the link. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's there's some stuff there. There's also the leak a while ago of like some old console version stuff. I'll have this I'll be having that. I don't think input frame back is a thing we have. Nope. Oh, it is. Okay. Sure. It's player inputs. Okay. That's good. That's good. All of these things are good. And then we also need this. I kind of want to move all of this code to the network file, but I'll do it later. I'll make it a static function, just so I can call it in a neat way. Oh, okay. It's not accessible. We need to do save load for this. Let's see. What? I don't know. I feel like archive.org is like a Wild West kind of thing. Like sometimes I find stuff there and neat. But yeah. I'll leave the can I just copy everything? Let's go. Not quite. I need to change the signature of the function. Then we don't dereference these. We need network magic handshake. Guess I'll keep it like that for now. Ooh. Okay. Does that work? Not quite. That does work. Okay. We just need to dereference all of the things in there. Well, that's fine. So this is a lazy operation, so it only happens when it needs to. At least I'm pretty sure about that. And now we have vec, and we get, like, if we send packets over, then we'll get those packets here into this vec, and then after that we can do stuff with those packets. I guess I'm gonna have to loop over the fucking packets anyway. Like in here. So it doesn't really matter if I have the match statement here or in here. It's gonna be one indentation of the loop anyway. Fuck. Okay, let's put it there then. No. It's the same, and this is like less bad from memory. Pretty sure. Don't know for sure, but this is my assumption. Since this vec with the packets is not gonna grow as long. It's kind of... I don't like how it looks. I'm going back. Yeah, I think this is where I'll leave it. This is a really, really good base for next time. I'll probably do this off stream and maybe get this working, maybe not. But I'll need to send over packets and handle all of the network states. So easy, so easy, so easy. I'll make the commit and see myself out. Good commit. Yep. And that's it for the stream. It was a bit of a slower stream. How much did I get done? I'm curious. It's 3 hours ago. Okay, this, this. Okay, not the most. I feel like there was a lot of talking. That's fine. There's also a lot of thinking. No, I'm not insecure about how much I get done in a certain time frame. Well, yeah. I'll see you next time. I'll hopefully get more of this done. Actually, hold on. Let me check one thing. Do we have a raid amount of viewers? Is the question. Let me see. What do you mean no? Hold on. The page takes forever to load. Okay. You're correct. You are true. You are true. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.